A big hello from Union Square Park in New York City. I was just dancing in the street with a man who has a rubber chicken, wearing a woman's bathing suit. There are a few people having a jump rope contest, a push-up contest, just your standard day here. So today I want to talk about something that I was talking to a client about the other day. How to know when you're ready. Because a lot of these big words of purpose and passion and finding your why and all that stuff is all awesome when you're already on the path to self-development. When I think back to where I was probably about 8 years ago and I didn't know any of this stuff, had I met me then, I would have thought to myself, I literally have no idea what this woman's talking about. So the assumption that everyone knows the answers to those questions and just has to ask themselves them is, to me, a little bit presumptuous. I think there's some precursor work here, and that's what I think is not being talked about. So the fact that most people don't know what they want instead of where they are, or to understand that business doesn't have to look a certain way, or to know that their relationships can be better, or their self-image can change. I don't think there's anyone out there who doesn't want to feel better about themselves or doesn't want the optimal life, work, job, fill in the blank. But most people don't know how to diagnose what's the matter or even know that there's something they can do about it. And I think, like I said, I think it's presumptuous to assume that, oh, if you just go to the bookstore and buy a book and read one book or journal every day and be grateful, then magically your whole life will change. Now, I'm not taking away the importance of gratitude and journaling and doing the work and reading, but what comes before all of that? For all of that comes the decision to want more for your life, even if you have no idea what it looks like. To know that you don't have to be stuck in a dead-end job, that you don't have to be in pain or lonely in a relationship, that you don't have to carry all of the old hurts with you throughout your life just because they happened. Now, that's not to say that we're taking that away from anybody, but the thing is, it's the decision to be ready for something new, even if you have no idea what it takes. And to me, that's the hardest work of all, because trusting the unknown is something that naturally we're not taught to do. Why would we? It's not a safe thing to do. It doesn't feel comfortable in any way, and safety and comfort is what most of us crave more than anything. I'm standing near a garbage can, so we may get some visitors. So if it's not natural or comfortable to move out of the known, even if it hurts, to the unknown, which is a black hole essentially, why would anyone do it? Because what happens is when you want to move enough away from pain towards pleasure is when the tipping point happens, when that decision to be ready happens, saying, I don't care what it looks like at this point, I just know I don't want more of this anymore. And when someone makes that decision, they open themselves up to look at things differently, to decide to ask themselves different questions. And I think the questions are where the change begins to happen. So it's not about repeating to yourself a mantra that you're not going to believe. No offense to anyone who believes that. It doesn't work for me. I know for me, if I repeat a mantra, it just makes me more jaded that that's not true. So it's about deciding, I don't want to feel like this. What do I want to feel like instead? Get into the feelings of what you want. Look at someone who inspires you, whose life inspires you, and say, I want more of that. What does that actually look like? Why does that look appealing to me? Break it down into the smaller pieces so that you can then notice how far or close you are to where you want to go, and then determine where you are on that map and how to get there. But it doesn't start with just deciding things are going to be better, because then you feel worse about where you are as soon as you do that. It's about slowly unpacking and unraveling how far you've gotten from who you want to be in every area of life, and then saying, okay, what can I do about it today? How can I make myself move an inch? Move one rock, take one move on the chessboard. Because in that decision and in that commitment to yourself to want something different and be committed to asking yourself those different questions of, I don't want to keep repeating this every day, so I'm not going to keep creating it over and over again. The only way you can start that is by drawing a line in the sand and saying, what else is possible for me? And sometimes that's it. That's where you stay for a while, to just say, let me allow that to grow in me before I decide it's going to look like this or it's going to look like that. Because the thing is, most of us don't know what we want before we start to notice it. So first decide what you don't want, and then start to notice what's truly around you. And this can be a little painful because most of us are numb from it because we don't want to look at what's gone on. But in order to diagnose it, you need to find yourself on the map, find yourself where you want to go, and see how far away you are from that. tomorrow I'll go into a little bit about more of what you do once you find out the answers to those questions. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.